training facility for the CERT class to get recertified. It's an annual, you got to annually get recertified. You got to do your refresher class. So I probably could have went the other way, got on the other freeway faster, but it's probably be a little bit farther, but it might be either the same time or a few minutes faster, but not really a big deal. I'll be there in time. I don't know how much time I'll have to actually chill out in the parking lot or just to go inside and help them do the setup as well. But it was to help out on the academy, and they turned it into a refresher class for us. Good morning, Susanna. On my way to my CERT class to get recertified. It was just helping out the academy earlier, but they turned it into a refresher because we have more volunteers than we do on people who join. Because it was called a hybrid class. It was online for 79 weeks. It's twice a week at night for 2 hours, and then today was their in-house practical where they got to show if what they learned they could put it forth in the evaluation. But since there was more volunteers, they turned us to volunteers into a refresher class that we had originally on the 10th. They changed it to today. So we're going to be basically doing our refresher because we got a system, because it's this a disaster drill they do is you got to have the team leader, you got to have the sections heads, you got to have the people to send out to check to put down what they find out there. They do their examination, say, okay, I find there's damage here, there's excessive injuries there, there's people that we can't help, but we need to get the first responders and others in. Well, we had too many volunteers, so he turned us into a refresher for us at the same time. We were supposed to supplement their group, so they'd have the person in charge, and we'd be probably the section heads, the operations, the logistics, all the get off your phone guy, and we'd help them out, and then they'd send out the people. But they decided, since it was only 5 people, we're going to have our stuff there as well. Travis here playing around on the phone. This guy sped up so I couldn't get by, but he slowed down again. Good boy. Good for his speed. The guy behind me came upon me and he just rode me. Well, I'm on my way to CERT at the training facility. San Diego Fire Department has what's called the CERT program, Community Emergency Response Team. Basically, during disasters, major disasters I should say, everybody's going to be calling 911, but they're so short-handed they won't be able to respond everywhere. So they got the CERT teams out. We go around, if we find there's a major earthquake here, because I'm in earthquake country down in California. There's a major earthquake. They have us go around the neighborhoods. We smell gas at a house. We know they got maybe a ruptured gas line. We'll secure the gas. We'll check, see what the structural integrity of the house is and buildings look, so we can report it to the fire department. We'll even try to do some kind of first aid, not major first aid, we'll do those surgeries. If we can rescue somebody out of a building, we will. That's a team that first you got to do is you have to search, and then they send out the rescue teams. And there's always got to be multiple people on a team. The reason you don't try to go into the building and move damage around and get people up, because you're out there to get information for the other teams and the first responders. So if you have house number one has some people in it that they can't help out right now, I mean, we could do the quick, like injured a bit, do bandages. But if it's like they're trapped under something, if it's a little bookshelf, I don't know, we might be able to help them on that. But if it's something where there's a lot of major damage, what we do, we take information down, we give it to our team leader, and he will write it down. So when they send out the rescue teams, now we did the search and sent out the rescue teams, then we know, okay, team one is going to be at houses 1, 2, 3. Team two might be 4, 5, and 6. So that way, if a team doesn't reply and return, they know, hey, something may have happened to that team. It's organized, so you don't try to go out and do everything at once. You need to have teams to do this. So my case is here, like if I got off the freeway here and drove a ways past the businesses, I got all these residences. Well, if we had an earthquake going on, or I should say happened, not going on at the time, they said he sent us out there. Well, we see like one side of the street, or this even the entire street, First Street. Okay, let's say teams one, you got First Street. Team two, you got Second Street. Team three, you got Third Street. So what you do is they'll send us out. We'll go to the houses there. See, okay, we'll go this way. Okay, this house is excessive damage. Do not go in. We're not first responders where we get paid. We're the volunteer response teams. As a CERT, community emergency response team, we're the ones that help out the first responders here. So we would just get the information down. We don't fight house fires. If we saw a small fire and we could maybe get a garden hose on it so it doesn't catch anything that's on fire, we can still do that. But it's not our position and our job to do a major evolution. That comes out to the highly trained and paid first responders. We're the assist. It's like a backup to the backup. We're the sidekicks to the first responders. They got the big job to do, and we have the assistant's job. So, like I say, if they sent my team to First Street, and then we annotated, okay, there was damage to houses 1 through 5, too much damage. We'll write that down. Okay, we went into houses 6 through 10, and we found out there's some people that were like, let's say, pinned under some furniture. It was somewhat damaged, but not so extreme that the house was going to collapse. So we'd say, we got this going on here, that going on there. What we do is we'll get the information down. We'll take it back to the team leader, so he'll know, okay, houses 6 through 10's got injured people there. It's slight damage, injuries. So, okay, the team 2 was on 2nd Street. They came back with all their street is clear. Okay, they're good. 3rd Street came back, said the whole thing was demolished. So, okay, they have a demolished neighborhood, all houses done. They may hurt people screaming for help. So they're not going to try to go inside, remove this debris. They're going to go and they're going to annotate down. Okay, the third Street is totally demolished. There's a lot of people crying for help. So that when the first responders get out there, they can head. That's the most serious part. They'll probably head over there. Because in a disaster, you're not going to major disaster. You're not going to have first responders able to help everybody out. They can only do so much. So what they're going to do is they're going to get their priorities, which is the most needed for them, which is the most serious. Like if they went through, let's say they were at going up and down my street, then there'd be nobody to go up and down the street over from mine, either side. Or if a hospital had major damage, so what they do then is with the CERT teams, they'll send us out to, okay, let's say like with the fire, or after the fire, okay, after the fire went through, they may send out, let's say, a CERT team. You know, fire gone, fire was put out, and they went around looking and found there's people injured there. Usually it's before, it wouldn't be while the disaster's going on, so it would be something like after it happened. So a good example, like when they had these earthquakes in California, these big earthquakes. I don't think they had CERT around when Northridge went down. I think Northridge was 90. CERT, I don't think they started till, they said it was early 2000. But what they'll do is they'll go around and they'll look at the area, they'll evaluate, and upon finding out what's going on, they'll say this is a serious area here. So that's where they concentrate a lot of the resources, because with limited resources, limited manpower, so they have to determine which is the most needed. And CERT is, we try to do as most good, the best, as most good for the most amount of people. So we can't concentrate in one area. So if we were going around getting information out, and let's say we found somebody needed help, you know, they were injured, we can help out a little bit. The bandages on, stop bleeding, we'll do that. But we can't do anything. We're like CPR, we can't do. We're not able to do CPR. Even if people got training, you can do it. You can do it as your own self, but not as a CERT representative. You can't say I'm here as CERT, because CERT's not authorizing you to do CPR. CERT is only giving you the thing to do basic first aid. So if you have somebody who needs CPR, we can try to make you comfortable, but we're not trained to do it. We're not authorized to do it. We're just authorized for, like I said, basic first aid. We can do a triage, saying this person's really injured here. This person's what they call a walking wound. You're injured, but you're able to walk. You know, you may have got injury on your arm, hand. You're not, well, you're incapacitated. So they have you category green, or they call it walking wounded. They get yellow, which need help there. You know, color, as a color code, red is even worse. And then black means they mark you as cold black. You're dead. So this, or you're gonna die because you have so much blood loss and you're already in shock. And they can tell if you got you know, amputated limbs and you got all that blood flow out, and then find out your blood pressure, everything is high because your blood's trying to pump. They know that you're you know, someone could try to spend all the time with you, but you have to realize that if you're injured that much, you're not gonna probably not gonna make it. You're taking up from all these other people being helped. So what's happening is you're gonna slow the teams down. So that's where the main well, we could, if anything, we'll try to put the bandage on it, tourniquet, but that's all the best we can do. Sorry to say, but it's not like we can't just stay there with you the whole time. But we try to what the heck's going on up here? Actually, we try to do the most good for the most amount of people. I don't know what is going on up here. Oh, okay, they're going now. Okay, so it's you know, people, you know, of course, you know, a lot of shock, sadness. You can only do so much. And you get PTSD from this too. It's like firefighters, when they say how firefighters get it, they see so much going on, police see so much going on, they get PTSD as well. But they train us, they even train us to do psychological evaluations on our members. If you see people stressing out, just say, hey, you know, take a break, here, listen to some music, go off here, here's some soda to drink. Just like in this case, I'm looking at the water now. Here, just look over at the water and calm down, relax, because this will be a stressful job. So, but they teach you that to do this, to do that, and that's what I'm doing today. I'm gonna do the like I said, we're doing the called refresher, so recerting. Here, you got to do it once a year. Otherwise, you drop your tier categories, which means you're not going to get training that you might want. They'll give it to those who are more active. And so I became an active member real quick because I did all my prerequisites ahead of time. So you got to get 3 continuing education. So what I did was I was able to use my 2 of my hours was doing 4 of the courses. And so I did those courses beforehand. And since I did it beforehand, I was able to get credit for 2 of the 3. So I just had to do 1 more. So I did one more. They call it Con Ed, continuing education. So I got my 3rd credit. So I became an official member. Got my backpack, got my stuff, got people crossing on red, gonna get my car. Anyways, so I got my backpack, got my CERT thing here. Now we got a refresher here. So it's an annual refresher and 3 continuing educations for 1 tier or 6 for the other. It's hard to get 6. If you could get all 6, you get the other, you get the good tier. That means that good. Such training things come up, they'll send it to you. Like, since I've been doing a lot, I've been working these academies. The coordinator sent me and others emails on here's what's coming up here. We're going to put this out on Better Impact for opportunities. Going to come out over the next couple of days. So keep logging in, keep an eye on that. I mean, they can't just say reserve them, but they can tell us, hey, this is coming out here. So they tell us it. So there's only 10 people here. Guess what? I could get on one of them here. I can get, oh wow, a lot of work being done here. Wow, a lot of work. This is new. One less name, wow. And then it cuts into 3 names again. So so they send us an email saying, okay, here's your opportunity here. And I go, cool, thanks. And so I got tomorrow's, which I'm actually glad I am. On Mondays off because I work 10-hour days. So since I work 10-hour days, I work my 4 days for my 40-hour week. I'm kind of glad because I had that thing tomorrow going on. So I'm gonna be like, oof, it's 6:30, 8:30. So it's hard to you can't cancel unless you do it within 72 hours. I think 72 business hours. So that meant I would have had to stop it on Wednesday. Now we're already on Sunday, so there's no way to do that. Just like they also had people besides this profession. They had them as, I think, admin support. They had actually people sign up for that too. They never had the admin support signature before. I always just showed up my time and I'm here. So they say, here's your time, and then we put it inside the after I get up, put it inside the Better Impacts page, and good. I thought the car was gonna cut me off. So you put in Better Impacts to get your hours, and then after so many hours, you get a little volunteer certificate. So that's cool. I mean, fine and dandy, no big deal. What's volunteering I do here? I could get a dang volunteer thing for the city. Sure, I could got it for the Navy because I've done so much volunteering, but and people who do it just for a little certificate, not real volunteers. But I just like doing it because I also meant to, coach firefighters that live near my place. I know if so I told, oh yeah, I live over there. I live right next to your fire station. So if they somehow get an idea of who's gonna be a certain volunteer, then chances are if something goes on and the units respond, people, they'll probably make sure us volunteers are okay first because they know we're gonna be turning around and helping them out afterwards. So it's like if something went down, if they checked, okay, yeah, your family's okay, your family's good, Joe, then oh, you need this here, okay, we got your family here to a good evac center here. Then be like, okay, now we got Joe who's gonna be able to come on, you were here first, guy or girl, whatever you are. So they say, okay, Joe's in his family's good to go, so he's gonna do his stuff now, because being that we're volunteers, they don't pay us, they don't expect us to bypass our families. That's the priority, is families first. How do you take care of your family? Then you could, and yourself, make sure you're good to go. Then you could go out and activate. But we had like a major earthquake there, and I had a lot of stuff going on. They couldn't expect me to activate. They couldn't expect me to activate then. So, but when they know that everybody's good to go, and then they could, then their response teams will come out there. We may not have all the training, all the gear that the firefighters do, but we have somewhat of training. It's extra hands and everything. But if you look on the CERT, you know, each city, a lot of cities got the CERT. They said they got like 500 cities in all 50 states. So 500 cities doing it. So they got something in all 50 states. So if you look up your city at CERT, and if you see the manual, that's how we learn. So it's training to get there, and I might even just do this some training here. Somebody thought it was some kind of classified, but it's not classified because it's on the cities. If the city's got the CERT thing here, then city's got the CERT thing, then it's not going to be really any kind of they get parked first. Okay, they're already moving their stuff here, so time to get the stuff in. They told me to be a little later, so I could wait till 9:15. That's my 15 minutes early. But let me see who's in here. Okay. Let me see who's in it. What the hell? What the hell? What the heck? What the heck? I don't need jokes right now. Yeah, people be running. Good day, everyone. Yeah, CERT. I'm at the firefighting. If you look up there, San Diego Fire Rescue Training. I'm getting ready to go in for the setting up for the CERT here. We're setting up. They said, you know, I guess they want me early, so 9:15 will be my 15 minutes before we get everything situated. So looks like I'll be going in a few minutes. So see if I can show what we got around. See if you look, we got the vehicles, the firefighting vehicles here. All these cars here. The volunteers already shown up. That's Liberty Center or Liberty Station there. NTC Liberty Station here. The SDPD, SDFT vehicles only, but that's okay for us because we're here as CERT. So it's time to. They're already doing work, so I guess it's time for me to go too. So everybody have a good day.